My name is Rebecca Ivy. This is my Capstone project presentation for Kennesaw State University Instructional Technology Education Specialist Program. The title of my Capstone project is Using Technology to Increase Literacy Skills. The problem that I addressed was that teachers were not professionally prepared for the one-to-one Chromebook initiative by the Troup County School System. At the beginning of the 2018-2019 school year, each student in Troup County received a Chromebook issued by the Troup County School System. Teachers were not made aware that this initiative was being rolled out, nor were they given enough professional development to successfully integrate technology into their classrooms. As a result, some teachers used the Chromebooks as a substitute for real teaching, while other teachers chose to not use the Chromebooks at all. Since the primary focus of the Troup County school system was and still is literacy, it made sense to offer professional development that would help teachers use various technologies to support literacy in all content areas. A needs assessment at the beginning of the 2019-2020 school year indicated that teachers at Callaway Middle School were familiar with and comfortable using classroom technology. However, teachers were not knowledgeable of literacy, Web 2.0 tools, or gamification. During pre-planning in August 2019, a needs assessment survey was sent out to all certified staff at Callaway Middle School. The results from this survey were discussed with administration to determine a plan for professional development. Each session was designed and developed based on the results of the survey. The leadership team determined that each capstone session would cover one topic at a time, and 5 total sessions would occur beginning in August and ending in December. The team also determined that a quick survey would be given at the end of each session to determine teachers' perceptions of effectiveness. The first session occurred in August 2019 and discussed the available technologies at Callaway Middle School and how to implement those technologies in the classroom. The second session in September 2019 covered the basics of literacy and how to include those strategies into the classroom. The third session in October 2019 discussed Web 2.0 tools and how those could be used to support literacy. The fourth session in November 2019 covered technology tools to support vocabulary instruction and acquisition. The fifth session in December 2019 discussed gamification and how to use games to increase literacy skills. Surveys sent via Google Forms were used as the dominant evaluation method. These included the initial survey sent out during pre-planning and the surveys taken after each capstone session. Our target goal was for 25% of classroom instruction to be delivered through intentional technology-enhanced practices. The first 2 questions of the initial needs assessment asked teachers to determine the different types of technologies that they had in their classrooms and had access to if those technologies were not in their classrooms. This question was important because it allowed the technology team to discover exactly which teachers and classrooms did not have Promethean or smart boards or projectors in their rooms. Administrators were able to quickly allocate funds for the purchase of these items for those classrooms that did not have these technologies. The next 2 questions asked teachers to define literacy and describe their role in teaching literacy to students. These questions were also important because professional development on literacy had just been given in the 2018-2019 school year. It was important that the leadership team know how much of this information had been retained from the previous year. Next, the Needs Assessment Survey asked teachers their opinions on technology integration. The opinions listed on the survey were those that I and other leadership team members had heard from our colleagues or had expressed ourselves since the one-to-one Chromebook initiative started. The next question asks teachers to share their thoughts about technology in general. Again, these are statements and fears that I and other leadership team members had heard from our colleagues or had expressed ourselves since the one-to-one Chromebook rollout. This question asked teachers to list some of the technology needs at Callaway Middle School and in their classrooms. Teachers had various needs based on their comfort levels with technology and based on the available technologies in their classrooms. These needs were also some that the leadership team had overheard from our colleagues or had expressed themselves over the past school year. The leadership team knew before the needs assessment went out that teachers would respond affirmatively to certain technology needs, such as time to learn new applications, technology integration, and collaboration opportunities with colleagues, as these issues had been discussed in previous leadership team meetings over summer vacation. The next question asked teachers to rate their comfortability with general technology tasks, using a Likert scale, with 1 being not comfortable at all to 5 being very comfortable. I wanted to know how teachers felt about learning and using new applications, acting as guides when students are using the internet for research, troubleshooting technology issues, and integrating technology and using technology to differentiate their instruction. This question uses the same Likert scale for teachers to rate their comfortability using specific technologies in their classrooms. Some technologies, such as Chromebooks and smartboards, are widely available in our building. Many of the online sites listed, like readworks.org and newzella.org, are available to all of the teachers at Callaway Middle School, but they've only been used by English language arts teachers. Other technologies, such as blogs and virtual field trips, are relatively new instructional aids for our teachers. After each Capstone session, teachers were asked to complete a quick survey to rate their opinions on the course structure, delivery, and training content. The leadership team wanted to know whether the material flowed in a clear and logical manner, the availability of the instructor, and the instructor's knowledge of the content. The team also wanted to know how teachers perceived the relevance of the content to their classrooms, whether they thought it was practical and applicable to their content area, and if they thought there was a variety of content types. Finally, the team wanted to determine whether the activities in each course improved teachers' knowledge and skills, and whether the additional resources and external links were useful. We also offered teachers the opportunity to ask questions and offer concerns and other feedback to the instructor. Results from each post-workshop survey were used to modify the next capstone in session. Despite an initial lack of support, I successfully implemented a professional development series that helped teachers support literacy in their classrooms. I covered all topics within the first semester of the 2019-2020 school year, and I was able to offer one-on-one coaching to those teachers who indicated that they needed or wanted extra help in integrating the various technologies that I presented. Each survey, including the initial needs assessment and each of the post-workshop surveys, was delivered successfully and their results analyzed. These results were used to inform and modify as needed the next capstone session. As I reflect on my capstone experience, I must focus on the barriers and challenges that I faced. The first barrier was the lack of support from my principal. As I wrote my capstone proposal, my principal offered no support, even though she knew that the teachers and students at Callaway Middle School would benefit from the sessions. Fortunately, after much persistence, my principal relented and allowed the sessions to be implemented with major tweaks to the original proposal. In my proposal, I indicated that the project would occur over the entire 2019-2020 school year. However, my principal wanted the sessions to take place as quickly as possible so that teachers could immediately begin implementing the strategies that I presented. The final obstacle was getting my colleagues to commit to trying new strategies. Many of the teachers at Callaway Middle School have been teaching for more than 10 years and were wary of trying something new, especially new strategies that involved technology. Despite these obstacles, I successfully implemented a large-scale project that was aimed at changing professional development at my school. This project helped the leadership team understand that there is a continued need for professional development on technology and literacy. Teachers will also need further development on the existing classroom technologies, including USA Test Prep and smartboards. Those teachers who do not currently have smartboard technologies in their classrooms will need this training when the technology becomes available to them.